Is the Fantastic Four First Steps better than James Gunn and David Corenswet's Superman? I'll give you my verdict at the end of the review.
Okay, is this guy good or what?
The opening 10 minutes of Fantastic Four felt way too fast. It almost felt like the trailers that they showed.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
From the trailers that they put out, we already know that Galactus wants Sue and Reed's baby.
Together.
And I'll get your baby. Right.
So what do? They decide to go pay him a visit and try to make a deal with him by bringing the baby right to his feet. Really?
I herald.
The pacing of Fantastic Four was very fast. The beginning was like a trailer, and the scenes were going by so fast that you didn't really know what was going on. You had to be paying attention, or you had to already have seen all the trailers to know exactly what was going on. What they wanted to do is they wanted to set up the world for us, to show us all the people that they saved, how they became these famous, popular superheroes. The overall pacing of the film was way too fast in the beginning, and then by the middle of the film, it started to slow down, but to a dragging pace, where I was almost at times saying, come on, can we hurry up with this? But I think that's because they already set the tone in the beginning of the film so fast that my mind was already on their schedule. So I'm thinking, as the pace is slowing down, I'm thinking, can we hurry up? That's why you gotta be consistent with your pace. The Silver Surfer just shows up abruptly, like when they're in the middle of dinner.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
I herald his beginning.
Just out of nowhere, here comes the Silver Surfer. No prior incidents going on. Just shows right up. Almost like there was a scene cut out of the movie just so we can push the plot faster. For example, how it should be done. The Dark Knight. The Joker. He was robbing a bank with his teammates for about 10 minutes before we actually found out who the Joker was. Before that famous reveal came.
Whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Now, my main issue with the Fantastic Four, it was very difficult for me, personally, to suspend disbelief with Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. And since Reed Richards is the anchor of the group, if I don't buy into his character, then that compromises the rest of the movie. For example, when I see Sue Storm and Reed Richards sitting down having dinner, I say to myself, oh look, it's Sue Storm and Pedro. Or I see Pedro talking to the Human Torch and Thing, not Reed Richards talking to the Human Torch and Thing. You see what I'm saying?
What you wouldn't read about is how Ray Pinkle lost his mind, was committed to a mental hospital only to escape and join the police force under the assumed identity of a missing hiker, manipulating his way to the top.
I honestly think that John Krasinski would have worked well for me. I mean, they already had him as Reed Richards. Why didn't they just keep him? He's already got that father vibe from A Quiet Place. It doesn't matter how many times these writers want to say, oh, Pedro Pascal's the internet's dad, or whatever you want to call it. We're not buying it just because you want us to buy into it. And then Pedro comes up with the idea to move Earth. Really? That's the best idea you can come up with? That plan is so stupid. It is bonkers.
Yeah, to be moronical.
Exactly. To be a moron.
An imbecile. Yeah. Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
I don't know whether to blame Reed Richards for that plan or the writers, because that is seriously some Dr. Evil shit. How stupid that is. That kind of plot belongs in a parody movie.
Okay, people, you have to tell me these things, all right? I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here.
And if global warming is becoming such a big issue, why don't they just move the Earth back a little bit away from the sun, all right? If they can just teleport it like that, boom, let's solve global warming too while we're at it. So stupid. And how did they build those portals so fast?
Oh, face it.
Like, really, they're all over the world, they have them. How'd they build them so fast? They didn't show them building them, but you know what? The script needed them to be there. So, poof, they're there. Then they're setting up Galactus like he's this big, giant, cosmic threat. And then he gets stopped by Sue Storm's rainbow magic.
Invisible Woman.
What? Unbelievable. So you're trying to tell me that Sue Storm is more powerful than a 500-foot man?
Galactus.
What is that?
What? He gets defeated so easily, it's ridiculous.
Okay to be stupid or dumb.
To be a moron.
So he's the eater of worlds, but apparently his kryptonite is a little bit of rainbow pixie dust. Come on. Then Galactus touches down in the city. We don't feel any threat or risk. It seemed like there was nothing at stake. Why? Not even a single life was lost. Why? Because they decided to empty the city out. And visually, an empty city equals 0 stakes. You have to show normal people screaming and fearing for their lives. They do it in every successful movie. Godzilla, King Kong, Spider-Man. You gotta have it. You can't just have all the citizens pack up and leave. And what the hell was with the mole people? What was that?
Large adult entertainment section in the back.
That's just nasty.
They're talking about family like the whole movie.
It's family.
You think that would be the setup for when they're gonna push Galactus back into the hole, that they would all team up as a family?
I don't have friends. I got family.
Nope. Just Sue. Sue's the only one that does it.
I know you guys are family.
And clearly, this decision was made so that it would be a setup for an emotional moment when Sue dies. But I think that moment fell flat because it was too predictable. The emotional impact that they were going for didn't work because it felt artificial. And come on, we all knew that the baby was going to bring her back to life. We all knew it.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs.
If you didn't know it while you were sitting in that theater watching the movie, then you must have been looking at your phone, because we all knew it. The Human Torch and the Silver Surfer. What the hell was with that language thing? Who were they trying to emotion bait with that? What was that? Why didn't they just work the romance angle? I mean, they already gender swapped the Silver Surfer, so why not use the romance angle? Why not? Why even bother gender swapping? I mean, they were literally setting up the romance angle the whole time. And then no payoff at the end? He saves the day via Rosetta Stone? Oh my God, who's writing this crap? Then Galactus is climbing out of the wormhole, or whatever you want to call it, and then Johnny is about to sacrifice himself to save everybody. And as he's going to push Galactus back into the hole, Silver Surfer nudges him out of the way, and then she's the one that knocks him back into the hole, and they both get lost into this black hole, wherever the hell they're going. Why not have Johnny and the Silver Surfer team up at that moment, right? They have this budding romance that they're talking about the whole movie. They could have used that opportunity right there to focus on their romance, right? They team up together and both push him back into the hole. Now guess what? Now we have an entire spin-off movie of the Silver Surfer and the Human Torch in this freaking wormhole with Galactus trying to find their way back. We have a whole movie right there, right? Who wouldn't want to see that relationship? We all want to see it. We don't want to see them talking about Rosetta Stone. They're so stupid. Final thoughts? They're talking about family the whole time.
I know you guys are family.
When it came to the Fantastic Four family, they didn't actually feel like a family. What it felt like was company employees all being fake nice to each other.
How about a 2 martini lunch? Today, on me. I'll pay for the whole thing. No big deal.
2 martini lunch. You're just gonna buy it for me?
Yeah, why wouldn't I? It's great. That's what I like to do for my fellow man.
Thank you. Don't know if you heard, but I got a promotion coming my way.
Did you know?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, I don't deserve it.
Because there was no emotional conflicts, there was no arguments, there was no push-pull relationship, nothing. It was just, hey, hey, it was like an employee at the airport when you see, oh, hey, how you doing? It was terrible.
But I think you do. And you know what? I'm going to recommend that you get that promotion because that's the kind of guy that I am.
And whenever they did try to tug at your emotional strings, which there was a lot of moments, it always fell flat because it was unearned. Why? Because there was no character arcs in this story. There was no evolution. There was no learning. There was no change. There was no failure. And the result is we have nothing to emotionally root for. You can't just tell the audience to be emotional. You can't just say, all right, here's a moment where it's time for you to feel something for the characters. No, you have to set that up through the character's journey. Otherwise, it just feels like a string of scenes falling back to back. No transformation, no emotional journey, no reason to care. For example, in Iron Man 2008, Tony Stark goes from a billionaire playboy, women, cars, drinks, yachts, right? Selling weapons of mass destruction.
For your consideration, the Jericho.
And his character arcs into someone that self-sacrifices himself as a superhero.
He wants you to build the missile.
اللي انت كنت بتعرضه على الناس.
The Jericho missile that you demonstrated.
نزل ايدك. فهمه.
This one. I refuse.
To make the world a better place. You see that arc? In Galactus, I'll tell you, don't even bother getting that 8-foot tall popcorn bucket because he was barely in the movie. I mean, he was in there for like 3 scenes and he got defeated so easily, you're just going to waste your money. So, popcorn bucket, forget it. And why was there so much plot around the baby? Can anybody help me out with this one? All right, any of you comic book guys out there, ladies, help me out with this one. All right, because this shouldn't have been called Fantastic Four First Steps. This should have been called Fantastic Four Baby Steps, all right? So if you're going to go see this movie, all right, make sure you bring your bib and your bottle, all right? All right, and your mushed veggies, all right? Because that's what this movie's all about. It's about the baby. What's my verdict? I think James Gunn's Superman beats Fantastic Four Baby Steps. Don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Thank you.
As a family.